Did you try to unmute yourself? Stop
Yes.
it. Take your hands off the controls.
I thought you forgot. All right, let's try this again. Oh, hey, you know what? I guess it's the type of show we about to have.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Hunter Grand, your personal agent for change, making life easy, Barzini.
And I'm Fempreneur Extraordinaire and Tech Diva all day, Dre Renee.
And this is the Crossroads, where there's only one rule.
Be free to be you.
First of all, that making life easy part, your face when I said that, he was like you ain't making life easy. Because the last few times you've had it unmuted before we start, and I was like, oh, it's not. All right, I'm not gonna touch the buttons anymore. Okay. And then you're gonna emphasize and tech, like I'm in charge of the tech. I caught that.
Just a reminder. Just a reminder.
We starting off the show with me getting yelled at. Oh, okay. Whew. Other than that, how you doing?
All is well. All is well.
We on
how
a special.
Are you? How was your weekend?
It was cool. My mom is in town.
Oh, hi, Mama. Is she gonna make an appearance?
No, she's not here.
Oh, okay. Then I guess
she's in town. Oh no, I kick everybody out so I can, because folks be doing walk-bys and loud and be in and out the bathroom, and you still on? Yes, aren't you watching? Yeah. You remember the last time when I was in El Paso and they kept walking in when we were trying to record.
Yeah.
So I'll see her later this week. She might be tuning in, I don't know. And then so I haven't seen her yet, but I did hang out with my sisters.
Okay. Well, hope it's a good family fun time this week.
As long as I'm not mediating anything.
That's so funny. So I just want to make sure, so we have a great show. There's random static, and it happened before. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I don't have any cords, so I don't know do you have a short maybe in your cord?
I don't know. If I do, I can't hear it. So
okay, because I heard it, and I think the guests last time said they did, but I just wanted to at least check and make sure. It's very random. I can't pinpoint when it's coming in, but if you can't hear it, then that's definitely why you keep talking. Because I'm like,
well, no, I heard something last week, but I didn't know if you could hear something. It was something that came through, and I just pushed through.
Okay, yeah.
Because when we do lives, we can pre-recorded. You already know.
We'll pinpoint it. Okay, I see folks are getting on. Yes, it's Monday, right? It's not Tuesday. It's Monday. So happy top of the week. Hopefully this is a pleasant surprise for you. Tomorrow, #boo is taking me to see 50 Cent. And so, I'd be broadcasting from outside somewhere singing Candy Shop. So I thought, let's go on a day early, because
that is such an odd couple's date, like 50.
Well, so here's the story. Love, Get Rich and Die Trying. As an album, I probably played that between 2003 and 2005. Like, that's the majority of what was playing in the Mustang. Those years that I was working in a call center, making that drive up to North Hollywood, that's what I was listening to. And so he remembered that, me talking about that over the years. And so we knew, he was doing his final lap tour. And so he was like, oh, are you going to get tickets? And I was like, no, he's like, this is like the end. It's the, I was like, I know, but I don't have to go. And one day I got tagged on this post to win tickets. tag me in, and come to find out, like, he won the tickets. And so I
Mm.
was like, oh shoot, I'm glad I didn't buy those tickets, because now we going for the
For
FREE.
for the free. I
Yeah,
ain't mad at it.
so it's
I'm
gonna be
only
50, Busta Rhymes, and Jeremiah. Don't ask me. I didn't put it together.
Wait, what? Hold up. So you got me excited because I love Buster.
Yes, it's good. I'm excited about that too.
I respect 50. I love Buster and Jeremiah. Like that was it was like
Well,
oh like wait, what?
you gotta have a little R&B, I guess. Maybe he wanted to diversify
No,
his crowd.
no, you
I
don't.
guess. No, you
But
don't.
not Jeremiah. I
Yeah.
mean, not that he's whack. He's a great writer. I've never heard him live. I don't know if he can actually sing, but
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well, live, as in, I think he was on that random, or one of the verses. He came out like he was somebody's guest. I can't
mhm.
remember which verses that was, and I was like, but I think
it was, it was,
they were drinking in the back.
you sure it wasn't Omarion and Mario?
It might have been that one, because it was a
Mhm.
lot of bad singing that night. So I think everybody was toasting it up in the back, except Tank. Tank came
Mhm.
prepared,
They
but the
should have
rest of
been
them,
toasting it up to their vocal coaches. I was
or
just like,
not.
or not. Yeah, yeah, or
Or
not.
not. So yeah, that's tomorrow. I'm pretty excited
Mhm.
about it. And then we're going to his family reunion this week, or our family reunion this week and weekend. And so it should be a lot of fun.
Y'all stay moving around. Y'all are
You
cute,
right.
you
You right
know.
about it. But
Just
at
keep.
least this time we moving around for, fun
Mhm.
times, and not like
Yeah.
business and responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's better that y'all actually like each other because you get couples that be
Oh
having.
yeah. We do. I told him yesterday, I was like, you're like the best husband and like best friend. Like, he's just so cool. Like, we can do absolutely nothing at all, or we can do, things, or we can, like, oh, let's go to Costco and I'll still have a good time. And that is, that's a
Yeah,
blessing, because
it
Costco
is.
is
It's
affecting sometimes. So if you can enjoy being in Costco with somebody, you really.
yeah. Because I'm sitting here. Listen, I hate going to the regular. I went to the grocery store after work today, and I
Mhm.
swear, if but for anything, for someone else to do the grocery shopping is why I need to get married. I
And I
can't.
love that. And it's like therapeutic, just walking up and down the aisles. Like, I'll actually stay in the grocery store longer than I have to.
But you know what?
After,
It's crazy, and it's not even that. I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy it. Um, Once I'm there, I spend too much money. Like
oh yeah.
I can go to Target and get exactly what I went to Target to get. I can go buy one item from Target, right? I don't fall
Hmm.
into the Target trap. The grocery store, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I can be going in there just for some butter, and I'm coming out with shrimp and
You
some
gotta make a
wings.
whole, you gotta make something with the butter. What can I
Right.
do? And
Or
saute
and then
some.
I'm like, oh, but and Wednesday I can make blah 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 blah. And me and my random recipes, y'all. I'm the most random recipe. Y'all
So
see?
what did you post a picture of? Because I was gonna ask you how'd you do without carbs, but you told on yourself that you did.
Oh
You
yeah.
put the carbs
Hold
in
on.
there.
First of all, did you love my response when I got called out for it? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
It's
Friday.
Friday.
And then I didn't
Yeah,
explain what that meant. And
yeah.
it's Friday. I was expecting
It's
like,
Friday.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna probably have a bad week this week because Mama's in town.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she gonna feed you.
Oh, listen. She said she'll cook for me and my friends. So they be calling, yeah, your mom cooking. What they mom because she cooked last time she was here and they came through. So
Oh, that's
yeah, so
awesome.
I'm pretty sure there'll be a couple of carbs in there somewhere. But I made a shrimp and ribeye sandwich and some home fries. So I sliced me up some red potatoes
Mhm.
and I had some medium, sit
Yeah.
there and sear that that steak to a nice medium.
Look, ladies, if you willing to make the plate, he'll at least he'll cook the
But
food.
no, and here's the caveat though. If I cook, like you know me, I love a woman that makes a plate, and I love a woman that
Yeah.
cooks. But when I cook, I make the plates.
I was just making a
Yeah, I
joke.
know.
I know
Plus,
you
you
would.
know that though. You
That's
know
what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Y'all make the plates.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I know what
I
you
will.
mean.
Yeah. So, but like, no, for me, if I'm cooking, I want to provide. It's not just the food. I want to provide the whole experience. So one, stay out of my kitchen when I'm cooking.
Oh,
Unless
okay.
I need you to do like a small task. I'm like, hey, can you devein the shrimp or something like that? Whatever. But like for the most
Vein and
part,
shrimp is not small. That's one thing I hate doing, but
yeah,
I'll go in because I don't trust that everybody's gonna do it the right way. So I'm like,
right.
let me get it.
Yeah. So no, but no, sit down, enjoy yourself. I'll pour you a glass of wine while you chill, and then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
serve you, you know.
Mm.
So
Let me cater to you,
yeah.
baby. This is your day.
Because food tastes better with presentation. Like you gotta plate it well, you have to present it well.
Now that's true. I believe that. You don't want no greasy, messy plate. I'm wiping down the plate, try to make sure,
Yeah,
I,
no, no.
I
Now
give it to you the way that I would like to receive it.
I'm gonna make a pledge to myself. And I gotta remember
Mm.
this weekend, if I remember, I'm going to buy dishes. Because I still don't
You
own
don't
any.
have dishes? Really?
I left all my dishes in
I'm about to laugh
California.
before I said what I had to say. So when I first started dating #boo, I was one of the first gifts that I bestowed upon the house. And to this day, he's like, if something happened, can't nobody else eat off these dishes. Exactly. That was the condition of bringing it. Like, this don't work out.
You ain't
Don't
finna have
nobody
no
eat
other
off.
bitch.
Don't nobody eat off my dishes. Don't you eat?
Hey, they probably still be there. Somebody gonna go in there. He's like, oh no, you can't eat off of that.
leave those to the
Which raises an interesting question that I saw. We wasn't even gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna raise the question anyway, right? Since we
all
live.
right, let's talk about it.
And then after this, we'll pay bills. But
Mm-hmm.
so there was a question, and I want to get it right. So apparently, there was a couple, and the husband dies, and they had 2 kids together. Husband dies, left a trust fund for his children.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Woman remarries. The guy she remarries also has children. The original 2 children from the original marriage, they're getting ready. All the kids are getting ready for college. The original children, college is paid for via the trust fund. The other 2 kids have to get student loans and stuff like that. So the question was, is she wrong for using the first kid's trust fund money to help pay for the other kids' college? Because apparently, I guess the new husband was like pressing her to use that money to help pay for the other kids' college.
This is why, and I came up in a blended family, so I understand it. But this is one of the reasons why I was like, I don't want that for myself. Like, do my damnedest not to have no kids and to marry somebody that doesn't have any kids. And if we decide to do it together, that's it. Because this kind of stuff. Now, if somebody dies, clearly, you don't have any control over that. But it's these kind of things I don't like. So I would say, if it's left for the express purpose of taking care of, if he just said the kids, he said
Well, it
our
was a
kids.
trust fund, so I don't know if the trust fund was specifically for college or like when they come of age or whatever. But
I guess that matters too, because if it's in their, I'm assuming in the mother's name until they're old enough to. So then it would be their money, and she shouldn't have anything to do with that. But let's just say we don't get into all the details. Is there money left over?
Well,
because then it's like if the 2 kids' college educations are paid for and there's money left over, then you can consult, because these are now adults. These aren't babies. Are you okay with this leftover money being used for your little brother or sister, or do you want this, for grad school or whatever the case may be? So I think the decision should go to the older kids That should not be a decision that the mother makes.
Right. Well, I mean, I think the kids may be the same age, but I don't know.
I mean,
know
even
if
if they're
I
the
was
same age,
Mhm.
these kids have gone to college now. They're adult children. It's
Well, I
not like
guess
that's an 8-year-old.
they were college aged. So it's like college is coming around. It's time to pay for college. 2 kids, this college is paid for via trust fund, and the other kids has to take out student loans and whatnot.
Oh, all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was still.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe the younger ones haven't got the. I don't know. But some people were like, "Oh, well, it accrues interest." I know if I was the husband that died, I'd be pissed.
Well, of course, that's what I'm saying. Those the kids who the money was left for,
Mm-hmm.
They need to be taken care of first. If there's something that can be given, then ask them if they're okay with it. You don't just, okay, well, it's 100,000. We're gonna split this 4 ways instead of 2 ways. It's like, well, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna put student loans on all of them, because 100,000 can't send 4 kids to college.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's weird, and it doesn't necessarily even just have to be like steps and stuff like that. Because like for me and my siblings, my brother and I have the same father, and then my sisters have the same father. So it's like whatever our mother leaves for us, that might look different for the sets of kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it was from two different, but the thing is, we know that. Plus, our sisters are so much younger than us. We're like, man,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and plus, I don't know. Our family, we just never fight over money. Not the siblings, anyway. We don't fight over money.
Well, that's good. But a lot of families do.
They
a
do.
lot of families
They do. And there's like a unwritten rule: the younger ones never really pay the older ones back.
Right. They just think we got it.
Yeah. So that sucks for my brother because he's the oldest.
Oh, it travels all the way up.
Right. But if you're older, you always repay back down. But
yeah, if you're older, you don't have nobody to lean on.
Well, I don't borrow money from nobody except from my brother. So,
Oh, so you are going up though.
I do go up, and he goes overboard sometimes. Like, I didn't ask for that much.
He probably like, don't ask me for nothing else. Here.
No, he don't. No, he doesn't do that. If I'm saying like, hey, let me hold $20. I mean, it's not that amount, but I'm just saying if I ask for 20, he's gonna give me 100. Like, man, 20.
Because he probably knows that you're trying to, give me a little. You probably need more than that. So let me just give you a nice round number.
Yeah, if I ever borrow money.
Daddy didn't hit the scene. So fast, I was like, I felt like I was in trouble.
So here's the funny thing about my pops, right? If pops give me money, right? One, I said I only borrow money from my brother. I don't borrow money from my dad. I ask for money from my dad. That's completely
he want to know. He's like,
wait, no, I think that's the whole thing. No, talk about I don't ask nobody but my brother for money. He's like,
that's even better.
I said I don't borrow money from anybody but my brother. So my dad, the understanding is that I'm supposed to pay my dad back, but he never arranges for it. Just hold on to it. Like, wait, what? No. Just
you want to be able to cash in when it's
important. No, that is not how this works. You better get it while I got it.
Yeah, just earmark that. Put that to the side.
And then no, this is
you're about to get it.
Got him on your cussing.
I love it.
Look, and so then I'll be like, well, how much do I owe you? I'll let you know. You gonna let me? Boy, you still owe me. I don't listen. We don't know. I have no idea what just put it on my tab.
Your tally is low. Huh?
Right. I have absolutely listen. I don't know if he withheld any inheritance when his time is up. It would like I already gave it to you.
Don't give him no ideas. I said, don't give him that idea.
The last thing I need to do is give that man ideas. Trust me. All that I am has come from him. He's the type that will put something in his will, like, to my son, to my youngest son, you already got it.
Oh God.
Maybe I'll get the studio equipment because my brother don't know how to use that anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I get his music collection or something.
I love it.
But that's so far off. My father has messed up aging for me, like my concept of aging. So he's 71. No, is he 71 or 70? 70? No, 71. But
so he's not even gonna give you the amount because
it
doesn't even matter.
But no, so Pops does not. Apparently, he doesn't look 71. Like, I thought this was what 71 is, because that's all I see. But like, apparently not. And he far too stubborn to ever leave here. I think when my dad goes, it's gonna go. He's just gonna be because he's tired and he want to do something else.
Lord, I've done everything.
I'm
ready.
Yeah. Like James Earl Jones on the Second Coming to America. I'm going to die now. Goodbye. Bye. All right. I think my dad will say it like he going to the store or something. All right, y'all, I'm finna go to heaven. Huh? What do you mean? The upper room. Yeah. No. Like, Pops has never been sickly or like healthy. He's just always been spry and stubborn and spry. He a little cantankerous in his age. He hate when I say that.
And that's why you're gonna go ahead and say it too.
Oh yeah, because he's not live with us. He can yell at me in the comments.
Good child.
Well, he'll get on me when we talk again. Look here, boy. I'm like, I'm 45 years old. What you mean, boy?
That's all right. Still to him.
So, all right, let's act like we got some bills to pay real quick because we didn't start the show without them. So, y'all, halfway into the damn show, the Crossroads Podcast is brought to you by the House of 334.
It's the house.
For all your business branding and copyright needs, go to houseof334.com. It is Black owned, it is woman owned, it is a Black woman owned. It is amazing. And make sure you move quickly because the house will fill up fast. The Crossroads Podcast is also brought to you by The Crossroads. Y'all can go to our bit.ly. That's bit.ly/The Crossroads. That's THEXROSSROADZ to find out our social media, new projects coming. And for those who want to donate to the show, we're so thankful for those who continue to donate to the show to keep it going, y'all. This is a labor of love, but love ain't free. And if you think it is, go tell your landlord that you love them or call my dad.
Yeah, let me insert something. I heard someone on another pod say this, right? Like, YouTube and the whole algorithm and all the things, which is why we're asking you to subscribe. But when you make donations, we don't have to worry about the algorithm. We can pay for this show and continue to bring you the quality entertainment that you love. So whether it's a little or whether it's a lot, go ahead and donate.
Exactly. We love the kind that jingle, but we prefer the kind that folds. Well, this is a digital age, so just
give us everything.
Yeah.
It's all currency waves.
It's all exactly. It's just ones and twos moving through the interwebs and everything else. But we continue to spread love to those who spread love to us. But since you are watching us on YouTube, y'all scroll down, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button so that you can get notified when we go live. Like Nights on Tonight, because we are on a Monday night instead of a Tuesday night this week because, Dre's going to see Fifth. She going to see FIF, right? So we wanted to make sure that we didn't deprive our roadies and road dogs this week of the show. So, yeah. Bills paid. So, a lot was happening in the world this week. And listen, can we? I'm not going to say this, but I'm hoping this is the last time that we got to talk about Keke Palmer
I'm tired of her.
Like, Kiki, we love you, but
And I'm just like, before all this was happening, I think I saw her a healthy amount, right? Like, it wasn't every week, but it wasn't like, where's Kiki Palmer? Like,
yeah, we started. We
saw
was seeing
her,
her. Yeah,
so
yeah.
she didn't need to do any of this. Like, if all of this has been a publicity stunt, like, what was this for?
I'm not. I don't think it was a publicity stunt from the jump. I think she capitalized on the publicity.
Mm.
Right, like I think the initial situation, the dress and the comment, the tweet, I think that really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everything after that, I think, was strategic.
Okay, well, tell the people what has
Right.
just happened.
So what just happened? There's a video that surfaced of Kiki and, do we call him boyfriend, baby daddy, like
He called her his partner in crime.
partner in crime, right? So they're out for her birthday, Kiki and Haha and having a grand, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? However, whatever split they have, if they've split, but the optics of it just does not coincide with what's been going on.
Mm-mm.
And maybe it hasn't really been going on. Maybe it's just people running with the story on the internet and they was capitalizing on it, because one of our next stories is that very thing, like what we're going to end our last segment. But like, you got the whole thing where they supposedly broke up, and then you got her and Usher doing a song together. And he's like, "Oh, your boyfriend looking for me," which we thought was a huge troll job, but I guess he is on it. That was about the bag with this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because she's like, "I ain't got nothing to say about that."
It's just annoying. I mean, yes, it's smart, I guess, if you have turned it into an opportunity to make more money. But I'm just like, I don't even want to say a fan, because I'm not, but just as someone that's not in your personal business, it's just, did you have to do all this? Like, Kiki's not broke, and apparently Darius, I mean, for a regular person, he's not broke either. So,
well, and if they were, they not now.
Right.
I mean, the bag is the bag. It's like you don't get a certain amount of money and be like, okay, I'm done making money.
That's true. I mean, but I feel like when you're trying to make a decent amount, you might be more desperate or entertain certain things that I feel like once you're a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
But I would say this, like, who is Kiki Palmer now, right? At age, she's 30, correct?
Yeah. Well, according to the pictures, she had a 3 and an O on her. But did you see those pictures? Her allegedly, I don't know. Her 30-year-old birthday photos. One cheek had a 3 and one cheek had an O.
I certainly hope not, but it's her booty, and it's been getting a lot.
It's already been out there, so
yeah, it's been getting a lot of pub. But like, who is she as an adult as far as the industry is concerned, right? Like, I haven't seen her in anything. We know her from her younger days.
Yeah, I think she's moving more into fashion. She's now like a host on these, red carpets and different things, and more behind the scenes. So now she has this ETV situation on YouTube. So really focusing. I feel like kind of like Tyler Perry, but not right, like a some junior version. She's trying to create opportunities for others in the industry. Yeah. And I watched the interview where she explained that.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. I guess when people start off in front of the camera, you expect to see them, or you never know what someone has going on behind the scenes. But that's cool. That's dope. But
so you're saying she might have done this because she misses being in front of the camera?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there was an opportunity there and she took it.
Oh, well,
it's like, because not everybody can plan or calculate virility, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
the right word for going viral? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
I
know,
like it.
yeah. So it's like, hey, this moment happened. It wasn't as if it was her phone that did the video. Someone else captured it and posted it, and then it went from there. And so then the tweet happened, and it was just like the perfect storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's turning into the appearances and the Usher thing and the video, and now all the other celebrities is going to the Usher concert and he's singing it, like he's playing into it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's great for the residency now. And you had people that weren't going to the concert, people who have been to the concert, going back to the concert, you know.
Yep.
So I
Yeah, I
think
know folks that were trying to get tickets because I guess he extended
Mhm.
more recently, and those tickets are through the
and
roof.
the,
I'm glad I
and the
went.
price went up.
Yes, that's
So
what I said.
so
They're through the
y'all,
roof.
yeah. So for those who's trying to go see Usher, today's price ain't yesterday's price.
Yeah, get on
You
YouTube
know,
and see if somebody bootlegged it.
right? So it's I respect Usher, but I'm not paying. I mean, I didn't go to the concert anyway, but I
I
wouldn't.
did, but I didn't pay. I didn't pay near the kind of money that they're charging now. Like we had really decent seats, and I saw like the nosebleeds are now like 500.
Oh yeah, nah. I
Like
heard it.
at
Yeah,
the top. Mm-mm.
yeah. I heard it's a
No,
real
thank
good
you.
show though. Um, but I'm that's not. I can't even remember the last concert I went to. Now that yes, I can. Snoop. Uh, right. He brought it was the 25-year tour for it was him, Dog Pound,
Oh.
Warren G,
I was like, what was 25 years ago? I was
and
trying to go back in
yeah,
the
I
time.
think it was for Doggy Style. Well, no, because he didn't really do that many. I don't know. Whatever. It was the 25
Yeah,
year anniversary and
that was
Corrupt.
before the pandemic.
Yeah,
Okay, then that's
yeah.
okay. That sounds
Mhm,
about right. 25
mhm.
years from now.
When I tell you Corrupt was high as a
I was
kite,
about to say, was he drunk? Yeah, sounds about right.
drunk high, one of them. He wouldn't even perform into the crowd. Like Daz was doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? Corrupt sat down on the edge of the stage. It was just like it
Oh
was, but no,
goodness,
but it was a good show overall. It was a really great show. So shout out to that.
indeed.
And shout out to
Shout
Kiki
out,
and her
partner in
availing
crime.
herself in capitalism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um so next thing that's going on, this isn't such a happy topic. Back home in LA, and apparently this is going around the country, but in LA at Delamo Mall, I think it was an estimated, they said, excuse me, 500 students, like high school
And I
students.
saw something that said up to 1,000. So,
Oh, yeah. So high
but
school,
either way, that's
a
a lot of
lot,
people.
yeah, converged on to the premises of the Delamo Mall, and it was chaos. So I'm not certain if they were doing smash and grabs or not, but I know there was some fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I did see one kid getting jumped, and then there was a gentleman that came in and pushed his way through and saved him. It was
Yeah,
just
they said
crazy.
it was folks trying to fight their way into the movie theaters. It's like an AMC there.
Hmm.
And so I saw an interview with a young lady saying that, like, oh, they were kicking in the doors and, acting ridiculous. So yesterday apparently was National Cinema Day, and a lot of the movie theaters were offering tickets for $4.
Hmm.
So because that was my first thought, like, why are all these kids at the movie at the same time? Not that, it's a Sunday, which is a
Hmm.
random, day for kids to all be out there like that.
Hmm.
But then I heard that, like, oh, okay, they were actually able to get some discounted tickets, and so that's a draw. But I don't
Yeah.
know what would make them be acting like that. Not just in Del Amo, because also, apparently this happened all across the country. So
Hmm.
first thing I thought about was like, check social media,
Video.
see if it's a TikTok
TikTok.
trend.
And I
Mhm.
don't like the social media influence is crazy because me,
Mhm.
for those who don't know, I do work in education as an administrator over culture and discipline. And
Mm.
there was a TikTok trend going like for the different days of the month where kids have to do this and have to do that. And like they were destroying the bathroom and take a picture of like whatever you destroyed or broke in the bathroom. And we had kids at school trying to do it. And I'm like, now I got to send you home, you know, and issue suspensions because you're allowing social media to influence behavior so that you can get attention and likes, you know. And then I had one kid that a TikTok challenge grabbed his teacher's butt. Yeah.
Look, I don't know if anybody's watching this right now. As the teacher, first of all, just hats off. All of you, honestly, and anyone that's educator or you support staff, faculty, everybody. Like, I just don't understand these kids. Even when I see the videos where they're like fighting the teachers, and I, you know, we had some teachers that we didn't appreciate, but you weren't fighting them.
Yeah, I was too scared.
Them.
Yeah, I was too scared to get a phone call home. And it was only like all this grabbing. I only had one teacher that I was actually attracted to. I was in love with my 7th grade English teacher, and she broke my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Because turned out she had a crush on my daddy. So.
I thought just going to say, like, she turns out she was married or she.
No. And so let me tell you what happened. Since he's on here too, and he can attest to the story. Oh, I'm so mad.
Hilarious.
So we go, it's back to school night or teacher conference night, whichever one. I think it was back to school. And yeah. So something happened. The teacher's actually getting into it with another parent or whatever. And so she calls me up there to like ask what we do every day to kind of like corroborate the story and kind of put me on the spot. And so, you know, she meet my dad, and you know, Pops think he Billy D, you know, he come all suave. Oh yeah, Mr. Hennons.
So, sound effect.
You know, I love messing with my dad, but you know, Pops he a little swaggy. So, you know, they have their conversation and everything else. So we back at home watching TV, and all of a sudden the phone rings, and I answer. It's my teacher,
and you're like, hi.
Like because I'm laying on the ground. I'm turning
Calling me at home.
Twisted. Yeah, hey, so what you doing? Right, twisting the cord. So she called. Yeah, she called to apologize for putting me on the spot, right? And then she talks to my dad, and hey, look, it happened.
It's content.
So it's content now. So she hops on the phone with my pops, and they just on the phone for a while, and I'm hearing giggling and kicking and everything. I'm like, wait, what is happening here? I don't like, and women hit on this man all the time. I'm like, yo, hey, check it out.
Not
here I am. I remember like 6th grade, I was going on a field trip to Magic Mountain, my 6th grade trip, right? End of the year trip. So Pops takes me shopping because, you know, I'm excited to go and I want a new outfit and everything else. And this was back when May Company was still open. So we went to May Company. Yeah, we went to May Company, and I got some Bugle Boy shorts. Right?
Okay.
So we paid for this stuff, whatever. And I guess I don't know what Pops paid with. It had to be a credit card or a check, something with his name on it. But it had to be a check, I guess, because the address is on it.
Oh,
this woman sends a damn thank you card. Like, oh,
for buying jeans.
Thank you for shopping at May. This wasn't like some generic May Company card. This was bought from like Hallmark.
Oh,
and I'm like,
come on, Pops.
I'm like, hey, what is happening here? And you know,
when you got it, you got it.
Man, look,
you sound like you hating. Don't be like that.
I hate them Pops all the time because of it. I'm like, Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Did you return? Did he return shop? That card might have.
Hey, but Pops will have a line. I don't see Pops have a line like single Pops. Here's a line that he gave one time. We at the bank. I'm sorry, Dad. I gotta do this.
Uh-oh.
So we at the teller. She was cute. She's cute. He's handling this transaction. He goes, I have a question for you. She goes, yeah. He's like, has anybody told you today? Not in general. Has anyone told you today? And I don't remember if it was the eyes or the smile or something, whatever. Like you had them. We gonna go eyes. You have the most beautiful eyes. And she's like, no. And I'm sitting there, mind you, I'm standing right next to him. I'm grown at this point too. This ain't little kid me that's with him. I'm sitting here like,
Yeah.
And he threw the voice on too. Like, has anyone told you today? Like it was the specificity of it that he needed to make sure that you understand. Yeah. I ain't talking about any other dude any other time. I'm talking about today.
Right now. Uh-huh.
Right. And I might have used the line a couple of times myself. It is effective.
So yeah. So say thank you. Don't be on here hating.
Look, I'm not. The man gave me his face, and maybe some of his intellect,
and his lines. So it's just copy paste.
Hey, listen, it's a feature for a reason. You can call me Control C, Control V,
Control C, Control V. Well, shout out to
So yeah, he said I'm hating on. But speaking of hating, this next segment. Noah Lyles. So the Americans in the World Championships swept the major sprinting competitions. I think the 1, 2, and 4x100 relays, men's and women's, right?
Yes.
And Noah Lyles had a great showing. But instead of talking about his accomplishment during his interviews, he decides to use this opportunity to hate on the NBA, in which it was the most ignorant shit. Like, it
was just random. I was wondering if I missed something because I was just like, so during your speech about your accomplishments in track, we wound up
hating on basketball.
Yeah. Now, I understood, like, that's why I needed context. Like, if they were in conversation about different sports and world versus national, but just to bring it up was very odd, unless he's just felt this. He must have felt this way for a while, and he was just waiting.
Like, did you
on his platform?
And
he was waiting for his platform.
Right. So
he wanted you to know he's competed against the best in the world to become the fastest man, alive or whatever. And it is true that, some of the NBA players have competed in world championships or, the Olympics. But, this is the best in America. You can argue that the NBA is full of the best in the world, but I think I understood what he was saying. I just don't know if that was the time to say it.
So for those who didn't, he's arguing like, why are the NBA champions called the world champions? Like, they're not world champions. They're the champions of the United States. Dumb shit. For one, they are the world champions because they are the reigning Olympic gold medalists. 2, they are the best basketball athletes in the world. Like, period. It's not even debatable. Out of the 450 players, there's a quarter of them are international players. We have got the last 2 back-to-back MVPs in Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic. Both won back-to-back MVPs are international players. The reigning MVP is an international player in Joel Embiid. Like, players from around the world spend their lives trying to get to the NBA. It is an international league, right? And if you want to get super technical, we have a Canadian team, which makes them international. So, the thing is, they are the best in the world, right? Even the players that don't make NBA rosters go play overseas and dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Marbury has a statue in China because when he was done with the NBA, he went over
Dang.
there and
Yeah.
went and dominated. Like, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's not good players that to decide not to go to the NBA, come, play here because you can make good
Mm-hmm.
money overseas. Yes, but by and large, overall, the greatest athletes in the world play American professional sports, with the exception of soccer. I'll say that, right? Or of
Mm-hmm.
actual football, right? But all of our four major sports are called world champions: football, baseball, basketball, hockey. And who cares? So, because the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, they are competing. And the craziest part is you're saying this while NBA players are currently competing against the world and whooping their ass.
Right. Right.
Like, like they're literally playing right now while you're saying this. And so it's just crazy how, like the world, we influence the world sports, like the way that people are playing overseas are influenced by the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so he's talking out of his ass, and I don't get it. And don't sully your name by, like, hey, you just got a great victory, bro. You know,
Yeah.
why use this moment and this platform to say something so foolish? And are you going to be known for this dude that just is saying any and everything for attention? You feel me? Because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now there's a target on your back, and when you lose, everybody's going to be like, take a note from Shikari, be quiet for a while.
And apparently her name is Shakari.
Shikari, black folks
Did you
don't.
hear?
No, I
I
didn't.
don't know. Oh, okay, so the announcer, that was announcing her, called her like Shikari or something. It was something, and her face, poor thing. As somebody whose name has been all kinds of things throughout my life, not all kinds of things, just different pronunciations. I was just like, wow, you finally get to this particular stage. This is not her first rodeo either. So
Mhm.
I was just like, how did you get? So Shakari and Shakiri are at least close,
Right.
right? Now, of course, your name is your name, but I'm just saying but
Mhm.
Shikari, sir, Shikari.
I'm sorry. That's disrespect. What? Okay,
That's the
I'm gonna say
whole
this.
point
I'm
of
gonna
black
say this.
people putting the little
Right.
accent or
I'm
the,
gonna
the
say this.
apostrophe. They to pause. Don't
It's
run it
it's
all
it's
together.
it's not funny in the sense, like, if it happened in the classroom, okay, that's funny. Like, ha 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 ha. But as a profession, your professional responsibility is to know the people's names that you're like.
Absolutely.
That's a baseline, right? And this isn't even about being black or anything else. Know people's names. Learn the pronunciation. Because when you, like, again, if we go back to the NBA, you gotta like, imagine the first guy that had to announce Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so many
Can
letters
you
in his
break that
name.
down for me?
Yeah, Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
But now we say it because he's great, and we've heard it so
Yeah.
much.
Hey, Miss Jones. Yeah. I was like, wow. That is not somebody who has never heard her name before. So
Mm-hmm,
you literally did that because you don't care. Right. Like, or
mm-hmm.
you don't care, or you did it on purpose. Like, oh, I know it's this. I'm gonna say it this way. It was just
And
like,
just more than
wow.
that, like, you see it written. It's not a common name. You gotta ask somebody.
Yeah. Like, how do you
So
how do
yeah,
you Oh, yeah,
that
that
was
was.
a whole
And
lot.
so
But
she got an opportunity to correct them, when
mhm,
she spoke, and that's how. When I was like, "Oh shoot, I've been calling you the wrong thing too, girl. My bad."
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's Shakiri.
Shakari. Oops, because
Yeah,
I've been Shakarian
yeah,
quite a
same,
bit.
same. But when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I guess it is kind of Carrie." That's two R's. Like, I
But
mean,
that
it
would be
doesn't have an E
Kari.
on it.
2 R's makes
Kari
it.
is
It's Kari.
Cari. That's Kari. Like, but Carrie, Carrie, is usually how we see it, but she doesn't have an E on the end, but it is two R's. So I was like,
I told
oh,
two
I
R's would make
guess.
it Kari, and then 1 R would make it Carry.
I don't know anybody named Carrie that only has one R. So that's why when I looked at it, I was like,
Well,
oh,
I mean, but
yeah.
I don't know anybody that doesn't have the E either.
Same.
Yeah,
So I mean, we were wrong. That's the bottom line. But there's also Dwayne Wade's daddy and him spell their name in some weird way that I've never seen nobody's Dwayne transposing the Y and the A. But it's like, hey, you're not Dwayne, you're Dwayne.
Dwayne.
So we have to honor what you say.
What is? I don't think I've ever paid attention to the spelling of Dwayne Wade's name.
Please hit the Googles and see how that man's name is spelled. Because I was like,
right, is it DWY?
Yes. You only see Wade.
Yeah, like Dwayne.
We sound like Whitley Gilbert.
No, that's why we're saying, like, because if you had to spell it like she says it, I guess it would be DW Dwayne. You gotta drop your tongue when you say it. Oh, damn. I never even paid attention to that.
Wade. That's all that matters.
Yeah, look, D Wade. We don't even say it, it's D Wade.
Right, D Wade. Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. But yeah, so Noah allows them pissed off NBA players because they started tweeting like somebody helped his brother. Like,
oh yeah. I saw Kevin Durant off his burner account.
Yeah. Dame Lillard said something. I think Tyus Jones said something. Yeah, like,
yeah, I'm sure I feel away. Like, dang, why we
like, why us? You know what
we was watching, clapping for you, and it's like, wait, what are you saying?
Yeah, they even say like, I'm a big fan, bro, but they like, what you on right now? You know what I'm saying?
Because he wanted some new friends. Now they know his name, and now they, it's gonna be like, my bad,
new
bro.
friends. He's that kind of. He seemed like he was that dude that just walked up in a circle of people he don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's going at each other, and he just started with the jokes and don't nobody know. I'm like who are you?
Yeah,
you ain't earned that just yet. Like, you got the gold medal and everything else, but you ain't Usain Bolt yet.
Right.
You know, so slow your roll, bro. We'll see. He probably gonna be that type of, I don't care. All right, whatever. Don't lose, because that's gonna change everything. Right. But now, what we have come to talk about this evening, what everybody's been talking about, that we don't even know. Look, so apparently
these people have been in the news so like their whole marriage. So I don't even pay attention to
I don't know how it came about or where it came from, but it grew legs and started running. So the rumors were Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie were getting a divorce, that she allegedly filed for divorce, and was seeking $200 million. And rumored that she had cheated on Steve with the chef and the bodyguard, and that
both of them, or does the chef double as a bodyguard?
Nah, like two separate affairs,
two different people. Oh, geez.
Yeah. And then they were saying that she alleged that he was cheating on her. And it just got crazier and crazier and crazier. I even saw one report that said she's seeking custody of their two youngest children.
Oh, Lord.
It was Winton and the other one. And like the youngest, I think the youngest, Winton is 26.
I was about to say, Winton, is he that old? But I know he's
26.
Oh, Jesus.
Because
when he was doing the Steve Harvey Morning show and stuff, has it been that long? He was like a little boy when he was still in LA. 26 seems old.
I had to look up his two youngest children, because I was like, do they got children we don't know about that are still
26? Jesus Christ, how much time has passed? I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah, he's
Sheesh. So all that to say, there's no custody of a 20.
No. And so Steve has come out and said that it's all false. Like, he and Marjorie, I did see that. Fine.
He's like, I don't know what y'all on, but we're fine.
Do something else. Yeah. And I think she had made a post that addressed it as well. So as a couple, they have denied the allegations. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I wasn't ready.
I-
I wasn't ready.
You
Oh
see,
Lord.
this is what my life looks like. Now,
Whew,
here's
that was
why.
comedic.
Here's why I can believe it's not true. The chef and the bodyguard, because based on her history, that is not her MO.
She's not with the help. She's not
She
with the
is
help.
not fooling
Mm-mm,
with the help.
mm-mm.
So, you can nix that idea right there.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
she gonna
yeah.
cheat, she's gonna cheat up,
Up.
as she's allegedly been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the hustle is real. Um, and yeah, no, I don't, for her own reputation. Like, I don't even know, I don't know her like that, so let me not say that. But yeah, um, that doesn't sound in line with her
Mm.
her
I just wonder
lineage.
how that kind of stuff even starts. Like, who decides? Like, hey, let's put out a story about Marjorie and
But does it? How does anything get started? Like, you got people, and see, and that's the thing with that I've been saying. Social with social media or the internet, period. News isn't about facts; it's about firsts, right? And whatever is said about you, it's now incumbent upon you to catch up to the narrative and get in front of it, which is hard to do when people have already decided to believe. You know,
mm-hmm.
and the thing is, people want to believe this about Steve, right? Because
Right, right.
you've been writing books and all the advice and everything else. Excuse me. So, as much as you talk about like how to be married and have a good marriage and men this and y'all ain't that and all this other stuff, and how to keep your woman happy,
Mm-hmm.
for your woman to be now cheating on you, there was a lot of people that were happy about that,
Yeah.
you know, or had the jokes about it. I was just like, wow. But I respect Steve's career, right? I
Mm-hmm.
respect Steve's perspective, like from a motivational standpoint, like as far as success and work ethic and all this other stuff. When you start getting to the relationships and marriage, I'm like, but I think with anybody, you eat the meat and spit out the bones, right? He ain't on
Yeah.
there,
He
he ain't
never
on.
bothered me. He never bothered me with his relationship advice. It's just like, who do you decide that you're going to take advice from? So if
It's
he's
annoying
able
to
to
me.
put it out and people eat it up, great.
Well,
I'm
of course
not
they are.
going to, but for who he's
Yeah.
for, just like
Well,
anything else, comedians, entertainers, like
mhm.
there's a lane for people to.
Yeah, I think
Somebody might not like us. I don't know why,
I don't know
but
why, and I don't know who. You know, I
gotta
mean,
subscribe.
right? But no, but I think he's so absolute, right? Like, this, and oh, a man can't be a best friends with a friend with a woman. He just like bro, stop. You know what I'm saying? And he has a platform, so some people eat it up. Like p- people gravitate toward what supports their narrative, of course. You know, and so people pick and choose when they want to quote. Like, first of all, don't ever quote Steve to me when it comes to like, well, Steve Harvey said, like, you've already lost if you come to me with a Steve Harvey quote about relationships. But I will say, when he did like Think Like a Man, I have not read the book, but when I started hearing like excerpts from the book, I was wrong about my assumption about the book, because a lot of it was just sharing his thoughts about how men think, and some of them weren't all the way off. I don't like when
Mhm.
you start trying to create rules like, oh, don't give him none for 90 days. Like, how you gonna tell somebody what to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's a guideline. Again.
For what though? Like,
Uh,
same
for
thing gonna happen in 90 days. Like, if that's what he decided.
well, exactly. That's why it's a guideline. It's not an absolute. It's just like, hey, this,
You may as well do it on the
this.
first night then.
Oh,
if the results are the same, you just wasted an extra 90 days.
I mean, if you feel like it's a waste.
Yeah. She's like, I'm just saying, like,
IJS. Everybody don't feel it's a waste.
but yeah, so
It's an investment of time, to
right.
get
But
to what you ultimately want.
I think that begs the question though, like, can you trust anything anymore that you read on the internet or that you hear? Right. Um, no.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't. I mean, you can, but is it wise to?
Right.
That answer is no.
Mhm.
Like, even in prepping for this show and things that we kind of come across, we're like, okay, I have to read a couple of stories and make sure, are we seeing some alignment here? Because somebody will say one thing and then you're reading another story and it says something completely different. Oh, you're a first night type. Maybe let me take that off the screen.
Please.
I'm not sure that said what
she
it said. It's not supposed to say what it said.
But let's find out. Yes,
please. You might have meant that, but I don't think you meant that.
Yeah, can you clarify exactly what you mean by you're a first night type?
I'm not mad at you. That might be a good clip if you allow us. Oh, okay. She said it, and I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I was just trying to make sure because I didn't want you to come fight me like that. That was a typo, and you put that on the screen.
Yeah, no, she said what she said.
And so here it is. What she said is important, right? It is a guideline, so you can choose, like she did, to disregard, or you could choose, like some people, to go ahead and follow it. What I don't, and this is not to her, I don't like anybody to say, well, this is, this worked for me, or I did this and, I got married, or I did this and, he left me stranded by the wayside, as if everybody's going to have the same result, right? Like, the fact of the matter is you can be pristine and wait until your wedding day and have married a fool. Not that again. Look now. Oh,
listen, like, come on, like, y'all. See, here's the thing. Y'all
gotta finish my sentence. I'm just saying it's going to be, results may vary, right? So you have to choose which direction you're going to go in and be able to live with that.
Right.
So and it's not saying because you stay on this side of the line, all is well, or because you cross the line, things are going to implode, because clearly we have representation of
right. Well, and that's my problem with the absolutes. Mm-hmm. Dad, no, you not. Stop it. Stop.
I said, well-grown communication is key. Right. I love it.
But like, I mean, but just like Jazz said, hey, she was first night she got married. I've had some first night encounters and I've never been married. So like Dre said, results may vary. But I will say this, it's also a lot of people try to quail their desires or put templates in place based on what they believe someone is going to think. And that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing it on the first night means you did it on the first night, right? Everything else that happened that night is going to determine how somebody feels about you. And I speak for dudes. Like, there have been women that, it went down the first night and I had the most respect for, period, because of the interaction, not because of the decision. And then there have been those where it was like, come on now. But it had nothing to do with the first night.
Come on now.
Yeah, like we could have waited 6 months and I still wouldn't take you seriously. Just because of who you are. you know.
Yeah.
So that's not the determining factor, you know. But I will say that also is not absolute. And men are very much like HR, right?
Mm-hmm.
We take referrals. I'm, I'm dead serious, right? And we respond to referrals. So, like, case in point, you can be, well, I'll say, like, back when we were at the club, you'll see somebody, blah 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 blah, and you're like, hey, oh, girl over there, man, you know, and your boy might know it. Oh, that's such and such. Oh, you know her? Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna try. Like, nah, bro, she a good girl. Like, nah, you gotta come correct with that one. And you be like, what? Ah, okay. You know, and so either you gonna come correct or you leave her alone
Or
because
you like, yeah,
the
too
referral
much,
has already,
too many hurdles to jump.
that, or it just like I wanted her for something else, and then you find out like it's this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you like, nah, bro, she a church girl. She ain't doing that. You know, she be in the Bible. You like, oh,
Right.
for real? Nah, I'm good. And then, you know, on the other side of that, like, oh nah, bro, she about that business. She woo
Mm-hmm.
woo woo. Oh, for real? You know. So dudes talking is usually about their experience or experience they know. Now, does that mean that you're gonna have the same experience? No. Because I've seen chicks that had a reputation of a hoe still shoot dudes dead.
Mm.
And that's bad when you get shot down by a hoe.
Right.
She like, I might be a hoe, but I still got standards. So,
Right. Right.
you know, it is what it is. Nothing is absolute. And just because she has a reputation of a hoe doesn't necessarily mean she is one. You know, it's a lot of it has to do with who you slept with, you know,
Mm.
and who the person you slept with told,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So all of that gets lost in translation, and it's a cold game. So you just got to make sure that you trust the person that you're with on both sides, you know, um, because it the aftermath matters, you know, depending on what you want from the situation. So yeah, but that is the week in review, y'all.
Child, that was
And
something else.
yeah,
I
y'all.
had some good laughs. I'll
Oh
tell
yeah,
you that much.
today
Y'all
was
helped
interesting.
me.
But
Mm.
y'all, I just have a disclaimer. I feel like interactions with my parents vindicate the things that y'all think about me. Right? Like
Mm.
when people ask, why am I the way that I am?
Church girl.
Please, church girl, I'm a preacher son. Yeah, I'm a preacher son too. Um he
Have
said
mercy.
I'm a preacher son, like he ain't a preacher. Um, but yeah, to meet David and Cynthia, first of all, wondering how them two ever got together in the first place.
I'm telling you, we got to do us a parent episode at some point. I
Yeah,
know I'll be
I don't
in
know if I
full
could.
blown holler.
Yeah, if my nerves can take it, because they both love telling stories about my childhood,
Well,
and
maybe one at a time.
it's no, they have their individual stories they love to tell. They're never the same ones.
Mm.
So
No, I
I,
meant one parent at a time, so you won't
yeah,
get.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. So it don't matter if you have them both in one, it's still gonna be different stories. It's like, and not conflicting stories. They were both single parents at a time that had different experiences with me, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, so yeah, it'll be super interesting. My
That's
dad,
what I
let's talk
said.
about the whoopings that I got.
Yeah. Well.
So
Uh oh. Ooh, child.
really,
The stories.
you gonna talk
The
about my
stories.
mama like that?
Yeah. He put it out there. You know, put
Okay,
that out there.
I can confirm that that is a true story.
Okay. Well,
Mom's
tell the
dead.
truth.
Mom's dead, and Grandma helped her. It was Naomi and Ruth after Boaz.
Come on now. Conspiring.
They conspired. inspired. My grandma
And
was
that
a
is
lovely woman. What I remember, she died when I was real young, but I know my dad loved my mom's mom as well. Oh, Bobby Jean.
I love it.
So,
Shout out
final
to
thoughts
grandma.
for the week.
Ah, I hate when he does this. I'm just like, this is not like our pre-records where we focus on one thing and you have a final thought. We have been all around the world and back again. I don't have one set of final thoughts. My final thought is don't push the mute button at the top of the show. That is my job. Your turn. No, okay. Let me try to. I'll try to act right. What did we talk about again? We're tired of Kiki. I don't care what else she does, short of I don't know, telling us she's an alien instead of a
She
human
gonna have to do
being. I
something
don't
big
want to
for us
talk
to
about
talk
her.
about
Yeah,
her on the show.
Bella's like, I don't want to talk about her no more. The mall brawl, and first of all, I was just like, so that is Del Amo, but it's also like not right, like that whole outdoor part. So when I saw the footage, I was like, what is that? That's not the Del Amo
No,
mall.
we know, like we don't know no outside Alamo.
Right. So that was the moment I had, but it was a serious moment. Like I said, to see it was a lot of commotion, but to see the footage of the young man getting jumped, like of course, I don't know that there is a good backstory for that, but I was glad to see the man that stepped in. I think you mentioned a little earlier, and the funniest part to me was, these kids were like jumping on this little boy, but once the man got in there, nobody was trying to fight him. Like it was like I don't know how many kids on him, but when that man got in there, it was more of them than him. But they was like, we gonna go over here. They didn't want it when the deal was going down. So like, don't be a punk. I don't think we're talking to anybody on here that would do that. But also like, what would happen if you saw one of your kids or your nephews and like I would be appalled and beating somebody's butt. Like I'm still pro swing the belt. Mr. Lyles, just don't use your moment to put the spotlight on somebody else. Like that was it was unnecessary. I may not, it may not be accurate what he said, but I understood what he said. I just thought it wasn't the moment, and it's not clearly it's not 100% accurate. So I think again he was using it as a moment to make new friends. Like if I throw a rock at you, now you got to turn around and see me and notice me. And so he'll probably be trying to get some autographs and tickets to somebody's game.
Right.
Steve and Marjorie. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. This is a rumor, and I really hope it is because they seem to be happy together, regardless of what we think about it and how they got together and all those different things. They seem to be a couple that really enjoy each other, love one another, and so I can only imagine to be minding your business, and then you have these stories come out, and then like, what did that stir up for them? Right? Like, did Steve kind of look at her like the chef? Or did he always know, like, okay, this isn't true? Like, you don't know what that kind of stuff does to people in the conversations that they have to have and all of that. And then the chef or the security guard, like, they could have lost their jobs. We don't know how deep that kind of stuff runs. So just to get a story that's pretty sad, but we know like people do that kind of stuff, which is pretty sad. I know we didn't talk about it, but 45 saying that he was 215 pounds. I don't know why that popped into my brain just now, but I felt like sharing that in my final thoughts as people were posting like athletes that were like that height and weight in a split shot. So it was just like if you scrolled, you could see. And I was just like, people don't have anything else to do with their
Listen,
time,
in
but that was
context, she
hilarious.
said he was what, 6'3",
Yeah.
215. I am 6'2", 225.
Yeah. He lied. That was just,
Yeah,
but that's what he
yeah.
does.
I mean, but people
Someone
don't
said
care.
he lied when the truth will do.
Right. It's not like they're not gonna take your your vitals and your measurements when you go inside anyway. Like, knock it
A
off.
mess. A
But
mess.
my final thoughts. I kind of feel like you right now. Like, I won't hit the button, number one. But I'll say this: be careful what you ingest and what you believe on the internet. Because even if you didn't start a rumor, when you read it and you believe it and you pass it, you're contributing to the demise of someone's life, career, marriage, or even worse. And I think we take that kind of stuff for granted because it's not us. Or we'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, well, they're a celebrity. This is what they signed up for. No, they signed up to entertain you or inform you or whatever medium they're using for your entertainment, right? To
Yeah.
do their job. They didn't sign up for you to be all up in their business and spreading it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's why, when we are not sure on this show, we are very careful to use the words allegedly, you know. And we tend to report what people are talking about. We don't uh perpetuate it as if it is the absolute truth, especially when we don't know. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
we addressed it as rumors. We acknowledge that Steve and Marjorie have denied this, and everything else. So we're talking about it because people are just talking about it, right? But when we pass stuff as truth, oh, and for whatever we think we know about Marjorie, right? It's easy to just like, oh, she used to date a drug dealer, and then this, and this, and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is what we've heard. We don't know this woman. We don't know her current life, her current mind state, their marriage. Some people love Steve, some people don't like Steve, right? But regardless of how you feel, these are still human beings, and this is a marriage that we're speaking on, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so consider often how you would, how you feel and you react when people speak on you and your relationship or your career or whatever it is, right? Um,
Right.
we tend to feel a way about that, and then we turn around and do it to someone else. So our intent is never to harm or destroy somebody. If
Nope.
something is the truth, we'll speak about it as if it's the truth. If we don't know if it's the truth, we'll make that known. Like, hey, we don't know, this is just what people are talking about, right? But we're not into salacious content. That's not our brand. um that's not our mentality. It's not our life. you know we want to join in conversation with y'all and enjoy the time. And that's what we do. We, with the roadies and road dogs, and our best friend, and come in here and discuss and have a good time and everything else. So we are hoping that we can continue to do that. And we love y'all for tuning in every week and watching and joining in what we do. um that gives us the energy to keep doing it. So with that said, though, y'all, this has been another Crossroads Live with the roadies and road dogs. And as
Yeah.
we part
Thanks for
every
joining
week,
us
yeah,
on a Monday. Just a reminder that we will not be here tomorrow. Just because,
yeah,
so somebody
yeah.
might like they might have doubled up. Not this
Nah,
week.
nah, we didn't double up. I don't know what you heard about me, but nah, we will not be on tomorrow. But we will catch y'all next week. We will reconvene next week. But until then, we love y'all. This has been another episode of the Crossroads, and imparting always remember.
Oh, we
We
love you
love you
too.
too.
And be free to be you. Have a
Boom.
wonderful night.
And
Oh,
I didn't step on the lines tonight.
yes, you did great. You did great. All right, you all
All right.
have a wonderful evening.
We'll see y'all next
Bye.
week.